What is going on, guys? We are at the shop. You see the Scion behind us. It is the end of an era. We are taking out the coilovers and putting this thing on bags. I cannot wait to get this stuff done. 2004 Scion XB. Bag install, air struts in the front, bags in the rear. Let's get to it. Just pulled out the strut. Pretty simple. 3 bolts on the top. That one back there, you'll have to use a wrench. We're probably gonna leave these plates. We'll need these in there. But this side's done with the removal. Now we're gonna come in here and get this one out. So we got the springs out. Give me 1 second. Springs go here. We pulled the springs out and the other coilovers out, which is a bolt right here, 17 millimeter, and then the one that's through the body in the back of the car. Take that out. Your whole axle will drop once you get both sides done. Now this kit came with bag brackets for a Scion. Here is the top, which it sits this way. If you see this hole, it goes around this right here and sits in there. The bag bolts to the top of this, but I'll show you a problem that I'm having right now. This is the bottom with the cup. The cup sits on the bottom just like that, and then use your stock shock. You're going to use your stock shock in this in lieu of the strut or the coilover, but this is like specifically made for a Scion, which is it's pretty close to like an S10 bag bracket. But one of the issues that I'm having is the kit did not come with the right fittings. I looked through all my fittings boxes and did this and that, didn't even realize that I'm gonna run into this problem. But when you bolt the bag on, if you look inside of there, you can't have it running straight up. So I'm gonna have to go get 2 90s for the rear to go through this side right here. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward kit. I just want to share with you guys because I'm not seeing any videos of bag bracket or bag install on a 04 Scion. I mean, I don't know how much different the newer ones are, but I'll be right back. Gotta run to the parts store. See you in a second. So my trip back from Napa, got myself some 90s. They didn't have 1/2 inch to quarter, 3/8. They didn't have that, so I had to use an adapter, but that's all right, it'll work. And it's a swivel, so that's nice. Once I get it locked in there, this won't even move around at all. So this is my fix. Don't use a straight. You'll probably be in really bad shape if you did. Recommend getting a 90. Alright, so this is how easy it is to put these in. Cup on the bottom, perch on the top. That's how easy it is to put it in. Then when you bolt the shock up to it, it'll hold it in there. Now essentially this is the same on both sides. Just attach your shock. Nice little ugga-dugga at the end. Same thing on this side. Whoa. And the this part's done other than installing the air lines. We're gonna need to measure for that. It's a push connect, which is super simple to use. I'm just gonna run these lines right here and tee it off and then run it to the front, which is super simple. Not much to these guys. I mean, most of it's bolt on, but I am just trying to show a video because I haven't seen any on the internet with it. Yep, we're just gonna keep plugging away at her. So how I ran my air lines, because I'm having an issue with where this exhaust is right here. We ran it, if you can see, I have it zip tied to this little bar right here, and it goes all the way down that bar, and there's a hole. I don't know if you can see it back there, that we ran the airline through and up and over way around the exhaust. We did the same thing on the other side. We just ran it through that hole and back up through there. You can see it connected right there. This is what it looks like with the air strut in the front. Bolts right up into the stock position. Pretty simple. There's only one spot where you can put the fitting. I had to use an adapter or a straight that I had because the kit didn't come with the right size, so that's what I have right here. I'm probably going to swap that out for a 90. That way I can swivel it any way that I need to, and then all we have to do is figure out where to run the air lines in the front to the switch panel, wire up the compressor, and mount the tank, and we're good to go. Okay, so we are back on it. I took like a million trips to town for the right fittings. But I don't know if I mentioned in this video, but what I ended up doing was buying this kit on Marketplace. It has the camber plates and everything, air struts. I believe they're like 2,500 pound bags for the rear, and all the brackets it came with an Air Max tank, Air Max 400 compressor, yeah, and then it's all 1/4 inch. It's just a front and back paddle valve system. At the moment I just drilled a hole in this grommet that was factory, and I'm going to utilize that. But let's show you what I got going on. Pressure switch is hooked up, compressor is hooked up. This is just in here temporarily. All I need to do is get the air ride working, and then we'll modify it from there. I'll come in and put a board across here, mount everything to it. I might go as far as plazing this out and making this all flat back here, and then putting it underneath the car. But for now, it's going to be ran in the car. I mean, don't fix it if it's not broken, but at the moment this is what we're doing. So we ran all the lines underneath the carpet, underneath the back seat, under the carpet, all the way up to about underneath the ashtray area. It's a mess in here because everything's tore apart, but we're gonna clean it all up while we're in here, vacuum it and everything. I utilize this area right here because this is where this is gonna go. It's gonna live right here until I get a manifold and a switch box, but this is how we're gonna use it. I think the only thing we need to do now is run the airline from the switch to the front and run the front 2 T's. Again, if you guys have questions about this, I'm making this video because I don't see this stuff on the internet with these Scions. I see the newer ones, but not the 04s and 5 and 6. But we are not that far away from putting this thing on the ground. We got the wheels back on the back. Look at the travel on that thing. Crazy. But what we're doing, I'm gonna run that airline down underneath, hook it up to the T that's underneath. It's sitting right there. And then on onto the front and air up the system, see if we have any leaks. We are currently tightening up the last fitting. I went ahead and put 90s in here instead of the straights. That way I can swivel it if I need to out of the way. I don't want no tire rubbing on it or none of that, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way with that 90. But all in all, if I had all the right parts, I could probably easily get this car done in 3 hours. It doesn't take long. I mean, like, I gutted my seats and everything, so it was way easier to run the line and everything with the seats out of it. You don't want to over tighten these, you just want to get them snug and then a little bit more, not super tight. So like I'm putting pressure on it, it's getting tight, so I'm just gonna a little bit more. Pop that airline in. Now it'll be out of the way. You can just push it out of the way, and I think that will be fine. I'm going to tighten up these two spanner nuts with the wrenches and put the wheels and tires back on and do like an air up with the tank and see if we have any leaks. Actually, I should just leave the front wheels off real quick, but that's what we're going to do right now. All right guys, it is the next day. I ended up taking the wrap off. Yesterday I was a little frustrated. I didn't really like the way that the car sat, but I ended up doing a little bit of research and got some stuff ordered. I am ordering a hub drop kit, and we will be getting a new axle to do the hub drop kit with this one still in the car. But I think it looks great now. I ended up taking out the lower bracket on the back bag, but it's still not low enough. I want it to be able to sit all the way down on the ground. That's why I'm doing the hub drop. These are 15s, so it should sit pretty low. I think it looks pretty good without the wrap on it. What do you guys think? I do like the way it's sitting now, but I want it to sit on the ground. So what I ended up doing was I took the bracket off the bottom and I had some washers laying around that were big enough to cover the hole on the bottom perch, and then I put a grade 8 bolt through the bottom to hold that bag in. But yeah, they seem to drop it at least 2 inches. I want more, but with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Just remember, if you want to support the channel, head over to jfab-minitrucks.com, where you can get shirts, hats, stickers, and C-notches. I sell the front bag bracket kit for the Fantini front bag bracket kit for the Mazdas. Get a hold of me, or you can hit me up on Instagram at lunchmoney_530. Lunch Money sitting over there. We got Foolish in the background right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and just remember, dreams are only fantasy if you're not willing to put in the work. Catch you on the next one.
Dreams, 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 on fire, fire. Dreams, 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 on fire, fire. Yeah, living life with never fearing of it. Take a bite and chew it 'cause you love it. I've been inside a rapid oven, now I'm hot.